You did not arrive here by chance. If your eyes are on these words right now, it is because something larger than logic has called you. Virgo, this is not an ordinary day, and October 9th is not an ordinary date. There is a vibration in the air, a gate opening, and only those who are awake enough to listen can step through it. You have felt it already. The invisible tug, the restlessness, the quiet whisper that told you there was something waiting for you beyond the veil of routine. That whisper was right. This message is not for the crowd. It is for the chosen few who can hear between the lines, who sense the pulse of the unseen world. You are one of them. If you have ever doubted your place, let this moment settle it. You were meant to hear this. The universe does not waste signs, and every sign that led you here was intentional. October 9th has been stamped with the seal of a cosmic test, and Virgo, you are being summoned to rise. The promise held within this day is radiant. Miracles can find you. Blessings can land in your hands. Breakthroughs can shift what has seemed unmovable for years. Yet, there is also a shadow that cannot be ignored. To step carelessly is to stumble into karmic traps, those subtle snares that repeat old cycles and drain your light. This is the razor's edge of today. The reward for alignment is immense, but the risk of distraction is real. Awareness is your shield, and attention is your key. What lies before you is not a list of distant prophecies or empty metaphors. It is a map. And today we will unfold it together, step by step, unlocking the 3 powerful weapons you already carry. They are not outside of you, waiting to be found. They are already within, waiting to be claimed. Once you recognize them, you will see how every trial of your past has been shaping you to wield them with precision. Stay with me until the end, because it is not enough to simply understand. At the close of this path, there is a decree. One spoken sentence that seals your timeline and anchors your energy into what must be. Miss it, and the gate may close unnoticed. Hold it, and you align with the miracle hidden inside this day. You have carried a journey of silence longer than most will ever know. Virgo, your strength has rarely been loud, and yet it has been constant. In the stillness of your choices, in the quiet labor of your days, you have been preparing. Many mistook your silence for weakness, but silence is not the absence of power. It is the furnace where true power is forged. Every moment you endured without applause, every seed you planted without recognition, was building the ground you now stand on. There is a deep justice at work in your story. The pain you have held in private has not been wasted. What was hidden is being rewritten into honor. The long nights of being overlooked, of giving more than you received, of being underestimated, were not punishments but hidden investments. The heavens have recorded every act of quiet devotion, every time you chose discipline over indulgence, every time you gave without demanding return. Nothing is lost in the unseen realm. What you carried in silence has been counted, and what was counted will soon be revealed. This is not just about you as an individual. It is about breaking patterns that reach beyond your own life. Many of the struggles you faced were not random. They were echoes of karmic threads woven long before you arrived here. You stepped into a lineage carrying weight, but you were chosen as the one to interrupt what others repeated. This is why your silence was necessary, for only in silence can the old noise of generations lose its power. What looked like isolation was preparation. Understand this. You have been underestimated for a reason. When weapons are hidden, the enemy cannot prepare. You are that hidden weapon. Your quiet seasons were not a sign of neglect, but a strategy of protection. Now, as the cosmic gate swings open, your hidden arsenal begins to glow, ready to be claimed. This is why October 9th matters. The silence is breaking, not into chaos, but into clarity. The journey you thought was invisible is about to be recognized, and the 3 weapons forged in your waiting will now be handed to you with unmistakable force. The time of preparation has ended. The time of revelation begins, and with it comes the power to wield what you have always carried. Every shift in your life has an unseen cause, and October 9th is no different. What unfolds today is not random. It is the opening of a miracle portal designed to bring hidden layers to the surface. You may feel the air heavier, your dreams sharper, or coincidences multiplying. These are not accidents. They are signals that a cosmic gate has been activated, calling Virgo into alignment with what has long been promised. Astrologically, this moment carries the energy of a trine, an aspect known as a flow of ease and access. Imagine doors that were once sealed now swinging open without resistance. That is what surrounds you now. But these doors do not open outward into the world before you. They open inward, revealing the chambers of your own soul where 3 weapons of power have been waiting. You have been prepared for this unveiling, and the alignment of this day makes them visible in ways you could not see before. Why now? Because the test has ripened. A cosmic gate never appears too soon and never too late. It arrives precisely when the heart is ready, though the mind may still doubt. Virgo, your nature of precision and care has been both your gift and your trial, but in this moment it becomes your anchor. This is why the universe chose you for today's revelation. The one who prepares in silence is the one who can carry such weapons with dignity. The definition is simple, though its weight is immense. These weapons are not objects outside you, but forces within you, sharpened by years of trial and refined by discipline. They are discernment, service, and alignment, each one vital, each one unstoppable when claimed. To see them is to awaken. To ignore them is to drift back into cycles already meant to be broken. Look closely at your own life. If you have felt restless sleep, sudden chills, déjà vu moments, or numbers repeating, like 111, 222, or 777, understand that these are confirmations. They whisper, "The gate is here. Pay attention." Do not fear these signs. Fear belongs to the unawakened. For you, awareness is the only requirement. And now, with awareness as your lantern, it is time to enter the first of the 3 weapons, the sword hidden within your very mind, the one that has always cut through illusion even when you did not know you held it. The first weapon that rises in your hands today is the sword of discernment. For Virgo, clarity is not just a skill, it is a destiny. This sword has been forged in the countless hours you questioned yourself, in the restless nights when your thoughts would not quiet down, in the uneasy gut feelings you could not explain. Though at times it felt like a burden, it has always been your secret edge. Discernment is the power to see what others cannot, to cut through illusions and uncover the truth hidden beneath appearances. You know its symptoms well. The tightening in your chest when something is off. The dream that feels too sharp to ignore. The sudden moment where confusion clears and the path ahead becomes undeniable. You may have called it worry or overthinking, but it was never weakness. It was your sword asking to be recognized. Discernment often comes disguised as doubt, but when honored, it transforms into sight. Imagine this scene. A friend tells you one thing, but your intuition resists. You set it aside, only to later discover that your inner knowing was right all along. That was not paranoia, it was discernment. Too often, Virgo, you dismiss this weapon, dulling its edge by doubting yourself or giving others the benefit of the doubt when your spirit already knows better. The common mistake is silencing the sword, letting reason override the whisper of truth. The protocol is simple. When you sense the unease, pause, breathe. Write down your first instinct before the mind argues it away. In doing so, you honor the sword and allow it to cut cleanly. When you fail to act, the weight of confusion lingers. When you act, clarity protects you. This is not a weapon of aggression, but of precision. It does not attack. It separates truth from shadow, light from fog. Speak this now if you feel it. My clarity protects me. Let the words ring like steel. For once you wield this sword with confidence, every decision sharpens, every path clears, and every trap loses its power. The sword of discernment is the first of your 3 great weapons, and with it in hand, the journey now leads you toward the shield that guards the heart, the second force rising to meet you today. The second weapon awakens not as a blade, but as a shield, the shield of service. Virgo, this is the power you have carried since birth, the instinct to protect and heal through your care for others. Some may call it duty, others may call it sacrifice, but at its essence, it is a shield that radiates protection around you and those you love. Rooted in the element of earth, it grounds chaos into order, turning scattered energy into stability. Where you serve with purity, abundance is invited. Where you pour yourself with balance, miracles often follow. This shield, however, carries dual edges. In its highest form, it allows you to serve from strength, extending healing without depleting yourself. But in its shadow, it tempts you into martyrdom, into giving beyond your capacity, into protecting others while leaving yourself exposed. Many Virgos have learned this the hard way, confusing service with self-erasure. The test of the cosmic gate is to recognize that true service must flow through you, not drain you. Consider how many times you have been the one who fixed the broken piece, who held the room together, who gave when no one else stepped forward. That was your shield at work, reflecting the strength of the healer archetype within you. But when you ignored your own needs, when you forgot that the shield was also for your protection, you carried it as a burden instead of a blessing. Spiritually, the science is clear. Generosity multiplies energy. When given with clarity, it returns multiplied, creating abundance in forms unseen. When given with exhaustion, it scatters, leaving you weakened. The shield knows the difference, and today it calls you to wield it properly. The Cosmic Gate of October 9th places this weapon in your hands with renewed strength, asking you to protect yourself even as you protect others. The shield of service is not passive, it is living armor. It reminds you that every act of grounded kindness is also a declaration of strength. Every boundary drawn is a wall of light. Every yes given from truth is a ripple of healing across worlds. Carry it well, Virgo, because only when the shield is strong can you lift the third and final weapon, the staff that aligns you with destiny itself. The third weapon rises not as steel or armor, but as the staff of alignment. This is the rod that straightens your path when the heart and the mind are at war, when fear pulls one way and destiny pulls another. Virgo, you know this battle well. The voice of reason whispers caution. The voice of intuition urges courage, and the conflict leaves you stretched between two worlds. The staff is the bridge between them. It does not silence the voices, it aligns them. Inside you, there has always been a tug of war. Duty against freedom, safety against expansion, control against surrender. The staff appears when you remember that you are not meant to live divided. It is the reminder that when your inner world is aligned, the outer world follows. Holding this staff means standing tall in your truth, refusing to bend for approval, refusing to shrink for comfort. Alignment is not about perfection, it is about honesty. Picture a moment where you knew what was right, but fear told you it was easier to choose what others expected. That hesitation was the absence of the staff. Now imagine the moment you finally chose yourself, even if it cost you acceptance. That surge of peace, that silent triumph, was the staff in your hands. It carries no weight, yet it shifts everything. This is why it is your third weapon. Discernment gives you vision, service gives you strength, but alignment gives you direction. Without it, you may see clearly and give fully, yet still wander in circles. With it, every step becomes charged with purpose. The Cosmic Gate has offered this staff today to end your inner division, to call every fragment of you back into wholeness. Virgo, you stand at the line between fear and destiny. The staff is not handed lightly, it demands choice. Will you lean on it and walk forward, or will you continue bending under the weight of contradictions? Only you can decide. But if you choose alignment, the war inside you stills, and the path before you glows. And now, As the three weapons are revealed, it is time to witness them in action, not as symbols, but as living proof in the story of one who dared to claim them and saw the breakthrough unfold. There was once a Virgo who lived quietly, unseen by most, yet carrying a heart heavier than words could tell. She gave more than she received, often standing as the silent strength in the lives of others. Yet behind her smile was exhaustion, behind her order was loneliness. Her conflict was invisible, but it was real. A life where she poured herself out until her own vessel ran dry. One night, restless and unable to sleep, she dreamed of a staircase rising into light. On each step, a number glowed, 777. When she woke, the dream lingered. That same day, the number appeared again, on a receipt, on a clock, on a random message. She began to wonder if the universe was speaking directly to her. The signs grew stronger, chills on her skin when no wind was present, déjà vu moments that startled her, whispers of clarity in the silence. It was then she realized she was being called to choose her weapons. She remembered her sword of discernment when she recognized who was draining her energy, and finally admitted the truth she had long ignored. She raised her shield of service when she decided that giving did not mean breaking, that her care had to include herself, and she lifted her staff of alignment when she chose her destiny over approval, taking a step into the unknown, even though fear still trembled inside her. To mark the choice, she performed a simple act. She lit a single candle, whispered her doubts into a folded paper, and burned it safely, watching the smoke rise as though carrying her release upward. She declared aloud, "I claim my cosmic test," and for the first time in years, she felt the war inside her grow quiet. The results did not arrive as lightning, but as unfolding. Within days, an opportunity appeared that matched the dream she had shelved years before. Within weeks, relationships shifted, revealing who was aligned and who was not. Her peace deepened, not because life became perfect, but because she finally stood in alignment with herself. The moral is simple. The weapons are real, but they must be claimed. Her story is your mirror, Virgo. And as her breakthrough unfolded, so can yours, if you are willing to step into the ritual of claiming what is already within you. Now that the weapons have been revealed, it is time to learn how to wield them through a living practice. The law of attraction is not abstract magic. It is a rhythm, a sequence that turns intention into manifestation when carried with presence. Virgo, your gift for detail makes you a master of this process once you decide to engage it fully. The protocol is clear: clarity, elevated emotion, aligned action, and release. These 4 movements form the ritual that activates your weapons in the world. Begin with clarity. Take a sheet of paper and write your intention in the present tense as though it is already true. Do not write "I will" or "I want," but "I am." For example, I am walking in alignment with my destiny. Sign your name beneath it. This is the sword, cutting confusion away. Then shift into elevated emotion. Close your eyes and breathe deeply for 90 seconds. Imagine the intention already fulfilled. Feel gratitude not as hope, but as reality. This is the shield, surrounding your energy with protection as you hold the feeling of what already belongs to you. Next comes aligned action. Take one small step today that reflects the truth of your intention. If your goal is peace, declutter a corner of your space. If your goal is abundance, give a gesture of generosity. If your goal is love, speak one honest word you have been holding back. This is the staff, aligning your inner and outer worlds. Finally, release. After you act, let go of control. Whisper aloud, "It is done." Imagine placing the intention in the hands of the universe, no longer needing to chase it. This is the secret. Energy flows where resistance is absent. To cling is to block. To release is to invite. For extra alignment, you may tie this ritual to the waxing moon, a phase of action and growth. Light incense or a candle as a marker of sacred space. If you feel heavy energy, a salt bath, a cleansing breath cycle of 4-7-8, or a simple prayer of gratitude can strengthen your shield. Remember, this is not about forcing outcomes, but about tuning your energy. What follows is not always immediate, but signs arrive through dreams, numbers, or sudden moments of peace. The practice itself shifts you, and the shift invites the world to meet you in a new frequency. The weapons live in the ritual, and the ritual keeps the weapons alive. How will you know the weapons are active, Virgo? The signs of alignment will not be subtle. You may feel a sudden wave of chills without cause, or notice angel numbers repeating before your eyes. 111 reminding you that thought creates reality, 222 affirming union and alignment, 777 whispering that a miracle is in motion. You may sense clarity where confusion once ruled, or a lightness in your chest as though invisible chains have loosened. Sometimes the proof is simply a peace without reason, a calm that cannot be explained but cannot be denied. If nothing seems to appear immediately, do not panic. Many receive confirmations in dreams, or within 2 days, when the subconscious finally catches up to the shift. The unseen moves first, the visible follows after. Trust that the silence between signs is not absence, but preparation. To maintain the alignment, build a daily habit that is small yet powerful. Each morning, before the noise of the world arrives, pause for 3 breaths. Inhale slowly, hold, release. Then speak a decree aloud. I walk with my 3 weapons today. As you say it, make a small gesture, perhaps touching your forehead, your heart, and your hands, sealing thought, feeling, and action into unity. This anchors your energy and carries it into the hours ahead. There are also pitfalls to avoid in the first 2 days after claiming your weapons. Resist the pull of drama and arguments that try to steal your clarity. Avoid impulsive spending or sudden oversharing of your breakthrough, for these can scatter the energy before it roots itself. Protect your field like a gardener protecting fresh seeds. Guard the soil until the first sprouts emerge. When the signs appear, and they will, you will recognize them not by their volume, but by their resonance. A phrase in a song, a stranger's words, a dream that repeats, or a lightness that feels like a blessing moving through you. These are confirmations, not coincidences. If you are ready, declare it now in the space below. I claim my cosmic test. Speak it, write it, comment it, for sealing is stronger when done in community. The decree you hold within becomes amplified when shared, and in that amplification, the next step of the journey prepares to unfold. You are not ordinary, Virgo. You were never meant to blend into the background or shrink into silence. You have walked through shadows, carried burdens in quiet, and endured tests that others could not see. And now, as the cosmic gate of October 9th stands before you, the truth is unveiled. You are chosen. This day is not random. It is a marker, a hinge in your timeline where the hidden becomes revealed, where the weapons forged in silence are lifted into the light. Remember what has been placed in your hands. The sword of discernment, sharp and precise, cuts through the fog of illusion and protects you from deception. The shield of service, steady and grounded, defends your heart while radiating healing to those aligned with you. The staff of alignment, straight and unwavering, draws your path into order and lifts you beyond the war of contradiction. Together, these 3 weapons form your arsenal, not for battle against others, but for mastery of your own destiny. This is the moment to seal your choice. Speak the decree with your voice, for the vibration of sound carries power into unseen dimensions. Say, I walk with my 3 weapons, and miracles follow me. Let it rise from your chest with certainty, even if your mind still trembles. Words spoken with intention shift currents more than silence ever can. Now, anchor this seal in the world by claiming it publicly. Write it, comment it, or whisper it into the night air. I claim my cosmic test. When you speak it, you join the current of others who are walking through this same gate. The decree becomes not only yours but ours, amplified by unity. Do not think this is the end. It is a beginning. More messages will come, more signs will arrive, more gates will appear. Today's breakthrough is a foundation, not a ceiling. Each choice you make with your weapons strengthens the path and prepares you for the next revelation. So picture this: a mountain before you, its peak glowing with light. At its base, a door carved into stone begins to open, golden radiance spilling out. This is the image of your future, Virgo. Step through with your sword, your shield, and your staff. Step through knowing the miracle is already yours.